Here's 5 reasons you may not be ready for your spiritual awakening. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Elemi from Yeyeo Botanica. Welcome back. So great to see you all. Thank you for sharing us and coming back. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, we're www.yeyeo, and we're a spiritual and wellness supplier, which is why I do videos about all things spiritual. And I'm Elemi. I want to shout out all my people from Idlewild, Michigan. Woohoo! Welcome. So today, I thought, you guys know that I really like to push the envelope on things. So today's video is about 5 reasons you may not be ready for a spiritual awakening or your spiritual journey. So if you think, I've been on this journey, but maybe I could get a little bit more info, this is for you. If you're thinking about it, this is still for you. And if you're like, I've got relatives or friends that say they're spiritual, but when I look at what's going on with them, I'm not sure, this video is still for you. So let's get started. I think it's interesting. I'm always seeing on social media and everywhere, spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, spiritual awakening. And there are times where people who are practicing these things, and I'm like, you're not ready. Like, let's go back and look at the little list that we're going to talk about today as to whether or not you are ready. And if you haven't seen my video on 5 signs you are ready, definitely watch that. So one of the signs that, well, before I really get into the signs, I want to just give you like this little sweet thing. Being on a spiritual journey is really about coming into your place of enlightenment, discovering your purpose, becoming more clear with yourself, being deeply connected to the divine, where you are in tune with messages from your own higher self, sometimes known as the Ori. In addition to, what is God telling you? What are your guides telling you? What is your life telling you? Being really present to that. And also, I would even go as far as saying, really hearing and seeing what's really going on around you. Being awake is absolutely one of the most beautiful experiences that any human being can have. Some people are born awake. Some people get awake really early in life, and others are on the journey. And so I like to tell people spiritual journey is a journey, not a destination. So the whole aspect of your life is really about becoming stronger, better, more aware, right? So we're going to talk about some of the things that can block that awareness, block that connection. And the first one is addiction, substance abuse. If a person is dealing with substance abuse, they're more than likely not present as they need to be. They're not in the awareness of some of the things that need to be happening for them. And that definitely can block your level of spiritual engagement, your level of spiritual awareness. And so some people say, well, there's certain things that really make you aware spiritually. Yeah, but it happens in blips, right? It's not like you're being present, I'm going to say all the time. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The next one is, if you're having mental health challenges, if you have any diagnoses with mental health issues, or you're struggling in some way with mental health challenges, that can make it very difficult to be clear about the messages that you're receiving from spirit or the divine. So I wanted to share with you today, I have a clarity soap. And this definitely helps to cultivate clarity, to cultivate peace of mind. It's really good for mental stability. And so that's another thing that can really help you to become aware of what's going on. But again, mental health challenges, depression, severe anxiety, dealing with trauma, all of these things can sometimes make it difficult to really practice spirituality well. The other thing is stability. Are you stable mentally, emotionally? Do you have enough means of income to be able to take care of your life necessities in addition to your practice, whatever your spiritual practice or spiritual path looks like? And so I just wanted to share with you, there's a statement that I learned in Buddhism, which I always hold on to, and I remember it, and I keep it so present in my mind. And one of the things that is said in Buddhism is, you need to have your main necessities taken care of. Food, shelter, and a means to get more. If you're not able to have your basic necessities being taken care of on a regular basis, it's going to be very difficult to incorporate divine thought, philosophy, direction, spirituality into your life, because everybody needs to eat. Everyone needs a place to put their head, no matter where that is, whether it be outside or inside, right? So then the next one is, if you're a skeptic, if you're skeptical about everything, I don't know about that, I think there's some conspiracy there, whatever your thoughts are around being skeptical, that's going to make it also difficult to incorporate new ideas in spirituality, because it's going to be difficult for the person to be like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. If you're overly skeptical, then you're not open-minded. So another block to being in that spiritual awakening phase. And then the one that comes up all the time that I have to say is societal pressures. Pressures from society, pressures from family, loved ones, people who are not as open-minded, people who are not able to be okay with others practicing whatever they want. You know, one of my lines is live and let live, right? But if you're around people that are not open to you living your best life, living your truth, whatever that looks like, that's also going to make it difficult to be free, to experience, to pray, to be with yourself on your journey, to be able to be awakened, because awakening is coming into a higher level of consciousness. Awakening is coming into a higher level of consciousness. So if there are all these different distractions, it's going to make it very difficult for you to be able to really settle down and enjoy the journey, right? And then the last one, sweet thing is, and this one kind of taps back to when we were talking about stability earlier. If you do not have the resources to be comfortable, to focus, it's going to be difficult. If you're giving money to this family member, that friend, putting it out here, putting it out there, and not having enough for yourself, it's going to be very difficult to focus on being spiritually aware so that you can have your spiritual awakening, so you can enjoy the journey, learn new things, expand your thought. So I hope you got some ideas from this video today. Comment below. Tell me how maybe you were in those modes, any of the modes that we talked about in this video, and how you overcame it so that you are on your spiritual journey and have experienced awakening. Definitely, I want to hear from you, and maybe you can come on with me in the future. And see you next time. Ashe, ashe, ashe.